Back to another edition of Boxing Info. I'm your host, Islander. This is just kind of a catch-up recap kind of a thing. And one of the things that I was going to talk about was obviously in the aftermath of Manny Pacquiao's destruction of Miguel Cotto, Floyd the Liar Mayweather came forward and decided that he wanted to go ahead and issue his challenge to Manny Pacquiao. Everybody got excited. Everybody got all up and all. The comments on my page everywhere went crazy. Until Floyd Mayweather wouldn't back off this issue about the drug testing and going to Olympic-style drug testing. Well, Manny Pacquiao agreed to blood test at certain times and immediately after the fight, and it wasn't good enough for Floyd Mayweather if he wasn't given a blood test, randomly any time up until the fight. Well, I may have that wrong. It may have been within 7 days they called it off. I don't know. Listen, it's all bullshit. Just let's put it down. It's bullshit. The deal is this. In order for a fighter to get their license, whatever state they're licensed in, they've got to take a physical and they get blood drawn once a year at least. I was always under the impression that fighters coming from outside the country into the country, in order for them, like if a fighter from Argentina was coming here to fight the champion, blood was drawn from them some number of days before the fight to make sure that they weren't carrying any diseases or whatnot. The situation is this. This is Mayweather's way of pussing out of this fight, because he's acting like the tough guy, like, I'll take Pacquiao on, he won't agree. Bullshit. The terms were agreed to, the money was agreed to, everything, the site, they could have sold 100,000 seats at Cowboy Stadium in Dallas, Texas. Jerry Jones wanted to fight there. Mayweather refused to fight there. No matter where this fight takes place in the world, no matter where, it could be Grand Rapids, Michigan, it could be Las Vegas, Pacquiao is always going to have the crowd behind him. So obviously the Golden Showers people, who are representing the Liar, didn't want 100,000 people against Mayweather. I can understand that. But eventually he sabotaged the fight. So the fight fell through, and two other fights were born out of this. With the devastation and the earthquake in Haiti crushing the Shane Mosley-Andre Berto unification fight, Shane Mosley, inactive for 13 months now, is without an opponent. Manny Pacquiao turned to another top-ranked fighter in the top-ranked stable, Joshua Clottey, a big, strong welterweight that Mayweather will never get in the ring with. There's Clottey, Pacquiao, March 13th, still at Cowboy Stadium. They'll try to sell 40,000 tickets. It's going to be an extravaganza. I expect Pacquiao to get by and win the fight, probably by decision. I don't know that he can hurt Clottey, and I don't know that Clottey's fast enough to hurt him. But I do see the athletic ability, the boxing ability, the defensive capabilities of Pacquiao getting him through this fight pretty much unscathed. Okay, it's not going to be easy, but he's got enough to get past Clottey. Clottey, it's the fight of his life. Everything's on the line here. He wins this fight, his future is set. The other fight that's born out of this, which I understand has been signed by some parties and maybe not others, is a early May fight between Shane Mosley and Floyd Mayweather finally. It's funny how when Pacquiao walks away and gets a multi-million-dollar payday against Clottey, Mayweather finds it in his ability to forego the "I'm not fighting a sparring partner" comment, "this guy's lost 5 times" comment. He'll fight Mosley now when he has nobody else left out there. What are my thoughts on this? Mosley agrees to the Olympic-style drug testing. Guess what? He's got no choice. 2 reasons. 1, he needs the payday, Mayweather doesn't. Obviously Pacquiao didn't need the Mayweather payday, he's getting another one. Mosley can't get a payday, and he hasn't gotten a payday unless Oscar De La Hoya's been involved. So any crazy random drug testing, Olympic-style drug testing that Mayweather wants, Mosley's going to comply. He'll bend over backwards, he'll lay on a bed of nails to get this fight. He has to. Okay, so it's not right or wrong between all you righteous people out there that are saying, do drug testing, it needs to be taken more seriously. Bullshit. They already test for all kinds of known substances. If they didn't, Fernando Vargas wouldn't have gotten caught on steroids, okay? They test. They find out. They know. James Toney. All these fighters that have been tested and caught recently, they test and they know. Now, of course, they didn't give Aaron Pryor a urine analysis after his first fight with Alexis Arguello. Nobody knows why. Again, it was Miami. The Florida State Athletic Commission is not known for hosting like mega fights, but there's one that slipped through the cracks. Okay, neither here nor there. Mosley's going to comply to the testing. What does the Islander think is going to happen in this fight? Floyd Mayweather is going to win this fight. Maybe by the slightest of margins, maybe 8 rounds to 4. He's got enough to keep Mosley away, to keep Mosley from... Mosley, in a way, he's not identical, but there are similarities between he and Kessler. Whereas he's the athletic guy, but when he's put up against a guy who's very good straight-laced, I'm talking Vernon Forrest, I'm talking Winky Wright, I'm talking Mayweather, who can box and play defense and stay out of harm's way, he has struggled in the past. And my thinking is this. I think that Mayweather's going to do enough to win the decision. I hope Mosley wins the fight. I hope Mosley can win the fight and go off into the sunset. Does he have the ability to win the fight? He sure as hell does. My notion is that Mayweather's going to play keep away. It's not going to be an action-packed fight like we think it is. It's going to be a very contentious chess match. And Mayweather's going to do just enough to win the fight, or he should be able to do just enough to win the fight. Maybe Mosley hits him and hurts him and knocks him out. I mean, that would be great, wouldn't it? I'm just thinking. You know, the other fallout from all these fights recently is that now Miguel Cotto, I believe, they're trying to get a fight with Yuri Foreman at the new Yankee Stadium on the eve of the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Look, you know, Cotto's power was very good at welterweight. You know, suspect in his last 2 fights, and against Margarito for that matter. Yeah, I know Margarito's loaded gloves is what helped him be able to absorb with his chin all of Cotto's best shots, right? Yeah. That he hasn't shown the same power he did at 140 pounds, although it's still been very good. Ask Carlos Quintana. I'm not sure how a trip to 154 is going to do against a guy who's going to be very difficult to find. And Yuri Foreman is one of these guys, like Andre Ward, that, you know, once they get a shot at the title and become champion, they may be very, very tough to beat. And that's going to be it for this show. I'll try to, you know, go forward with other things that might be in the news and other things that, you know, I'm getting real tired of these fights that are signed and then they get fall into it. I can understand Andre Berto. My heart goes out to him and his family and all those people. I mean, I just heard on the radio yesterday that if you did it like I did it, you know, just by texting $10 to your cell phone company or this and that to donate $10 to Haiti or whatever you donated, the United States alone raised over $280 million for those people. I mean, applaud yourself if you were a part of that, because I mean, it's just a great show of, you know, charity and just heart, you know, for this country. That's going to be it for this show. I'll be back.